Friends, good evening. Welcome back to the channel. Tonight we are going to do something that we don't always want to do, my friends, and that is meal prep. And that is something that it makes us or breaks us. It broke me a bit last week because I was not properly prepped for the week. I winged it, but I didn't live up to my potential. And that is what the Driven series is all about. It's living up to our potential, pushing into our best selves, doing things that make us stronger every day, and taking out that time out of our day to spend on ourselves. It's much, much needed. So I did one other meal prep video this series thus far, and when I did that video, my week went effortless. It was so much less stressful than last week with winging it. And this upcoming week, I don't have time to be stressed out. I got enough things going on. So I am on a major time crunch this evening. We still have a lot of things to do in the Corey household. I'm actually on a time limit because I'm premiering another video tonight. Good evening to all my blood-sucking buff bunny babes. So I have to do a quick meal prep, and I thought, why not show you? Why not show you guys, my friends, my people, what I am doing this week? So let me begin by saying, with meal prepping this week, I wanted it to be totally kind of basic, all right? So this may not be everyone's jam, but if you're here for a very simple, remember when we talked like bro style eating, I feel like a little bit of kind of what I'm gonna do this week, not totally. I'm not going like full on like old school clean eating style or something like that, but I just wanted to have really simple meals. I wanted to, as much as I love creative recipes and cooking, I don't have the mental space for that this week, and that's okay. And that's something I want to remind you of too. Not every week has to be Betty Crocker, Martha Stewart up in the kitchen, all right? You can still have satisfying meals, tasty meals, meals that are easy, that do just the same job, right? In terms of nutrition and how you feel when you eat them. So for me, I was really stripping it down to basics here for meal prep this week. So what I kind of had in mind, which I don't have everything pulled out yet, but let me show you. Also, I am on the camera myself, so be kind, be kind. All right, so for protein, this is kind of my style lately to keep it simple. I pick 1 or 2 proteins. So I have my 94.6 ground turkey patties. We're gonna do those. I'm also gonna cook up, they didn't have filet, so that kind of bummed me out, but they did have sirloin steak. I'm gonna see how it goes with prepping this ahead of time. I've never really done that. I don't like reheating steak because it gets really rubbery, but I'm gonna probably eat it cold. Maybe that's weird, but sometimes I like cold meats. The other thing that I don't have out, because I'm not gonna prep it yet, but I do have it in the fridge for like dinners, because a lot of you ask like what I do at dinner time. I'll either eat something I have prepped, or I grabbed a different pack of marinated chicken, rosemary lemon organic chicken breasts. So I've got those in my fridge that I could very easily just like prep for myself for dinner. And then to go along with it, whoop, steady hands. All right, so for grains, if you will, for carbies, we've got some organic sweet potatoes. I already dove into those. The other thing I want, very easy peasy. We've got some rice here. Dude, no one does it better than Annie Chun's. I don't know what to tell you. She really rocks my world when it comes to rice. And I just prefer the already made rice. I don't know what to tell you. Yes, it's convenient. Yes, it's in a package. It's what I like. So that's what I'm gonna eat. Additionally, not that I'm doing a what's in my pantry video, but I've been really loving these at nighttime. Organic mini bags here of, why did I say organic? They're not organic. It's just Orville Redenbacher 100-calorie bag of Smart Pot popcorn. They just kind of do it for me. 2 grams of fat, 22 carbs, 3 grams of protein. So sometimes at nighttime, if I just need a little bit more carbs in, it's like a nice lower fat option that is also quite filling. So I've got rice, I've got potato. I asked Jason to get me delicata squash. Have you ever, like literally, have you ever seen a delicata squash this big in your life? Okay, this is like a normal delicata squash. They're usually a bit more narrow, and this one just has girth like I've never seen with my own eyes, quite honestly. So yeah, we've got some squash to cook up here for a veg style. We don't normally do the bagged asparagus tips, but these just looked better than what Wegmans had. So we'll get those cut up in the fridge. Shaved Brussels sprouts. I ain't shaving these myself, all right? So don't come for me because they're in a bag. I mean, you can come for me, but I'm not gonna pay attention to you. We're just gonna bake those. I've got some organic carrots here. Cook these up. Carrots, Brussels sprouts, and then organic tomatoes. I'm just sticking with what works for me this week, which is roasted veggies. So I'll have roasted veggies. For fats, I've got some avocado here. I'm also gonna use a little bit of oil. I'm getting fat from my meat. We've got some fruit on hand. I'm gonna do a couple breakfast ideas too. But yeah, this just kind of gives you the rundown of what we're doing. And I gotta get my life together. We're gonna figure it out and we're gonna cook this shiz up. I have less than an hour to get my life together here. So I think the easiest thing to do will be get my meats prepped first. We've got the steak, and the key to cooking the perfect steak is time. Number one, this will be the most time consuming out of everything here. Even though I'm not eating these tonight, it's really key with steak that you let it sit out and get room temperature before you cook it. So I have had these out for 15 minutes. I probably could have cut them open. I don't really do much marinating. I'm just gonna add a little salt and pepper. Sup, Johnny Bones? What the hell? Shit. If you're short, don't wait as long as me to buy a step stool. Best purchase I ever had to be able to reach things in the cupboard. So for my steak, I got grass-fed Angus beef sirloin steak. Look at that piece of meat as it drips blood all in my hand. I'm gonna put those on my plate. They're definitely ready to be cooked now. I don't wanna add a ton to them, just a little salt, little pepper. All right, I understand these look like totally nasty, but Wegmans also sells the turkey patties. I think you can get them anywhere else where they're already portioned into a 4-ounce patty for you, which is perfect. I'm not gonna add anything on there to season it. I'm just gonna cook them on the stovetop, just like that. Which leads me to a common question I keep getting asked in this series, and is a common question I've always gotten asked as a dietitian and someone in the macro world, is to measure or weigh your protein, your meats, raw versus cooked. This is just a commonly asked question. For me, I honestly feel like it doesn't matter which way you go with it. This is usually how I answer the question. Just do it consistently. So if you are someone that always weighs your meat raw, then continue doing so. If you always weigh it cooked, continue to do it so with all your protein. Just be consistent across the board. Don't weigh your steak and track it raw and then do your chicken cooked. Try to do it consistent if you can. The beautiful thing about MyFitnessPal right now is there's usually options for, I gotta make sure Justice isn't getting into something. Well, Fricker thinks he's gonna get under the deck. He's got another thing coming. I personally, across the board, typically weigh my meats raw, and that's how I enter them. So for steak or for turkey or for chicken, if it's a 4-ounce portion, I try to make sure in MyFitnessPal I'm choosing the one that says raw. But if you are someone that does it cooked, make sure you choose the cooked version. Honestly, it should kind of correct itself one way or the other. I personally don't feel that strongly like one or the other makes a huge difference. So little things we don't need to stress our minds about. But anyways, mistakes, they're marinated, they're ready to go. My turkey burgers, they're all pattied up. So we're gonna get to cooking the meats. The steaks, I like to sear them on the outside and then either pop them in the oven or air fry them, which with these, I'm probably gonna air fry because I think I'm gonna do all my veggies in the oven tonight. Got the turkey burgers on. One thing I forgot to mention is I do like using Kerrygold butter when it comes to the steaks. I feel like using a little butter goes such a long way in terms of flavor. Those babies are searing. We cooking the meats. Those are Jay's feets. All right, here's the news about putting my steaks in the air fryer. I had swordfish today. Didn't clean the air fryer after the swordfish. It's a little fishy in there. It's a little stinky. It's It's a little juicy, not the kind of juice we want. So we're gonna throw everything in the oven tonight. So the steaks are pretty much making a mess everywhere. Real sizzling. We're gonna take these bad boys, okay? And they're gonna go on here. Go on there. Hello, JJ. Let's shut this off. All right, so the steaks are gonna go on here. Seared them on the outside. I like to kind of sear them on the side as well. I have the oven at 375. I'm gonna turn that up probably to like, let's go hotter than that. Let's make the house get real toasty. We're gonna do 400. Turkey burgers look nasty, but they're doing just fine. It's just all the giblets coming off of it. Yeah, so we'll get rid of the giblets. We're gonna put these in the oven. I'm gonna get those going, and then I'm just gonna throw everything else in there with it. Okay? Okay. Doug 1, Doug 2 want their dinner. Moving into our sweet potatoes, we do like to get these bags here. I've got the organic sweet potatoes. The dogs eat these as well. I like them because they're not ginormous, so they're like a good portion for me, small to medium. I've got 2 here. What I like to do, I find this the quickest, the most effortless way to cook them while they still taste delightful. I just wash them. I put some slices in them. You can kind of see while they're still a little moist. I wrap them up in a paper towel, okay, just like this. And I'm gonna throw the 2 in the microwave together for probably 6, maybe 7 minutes at most, because they're smaller, so I don't think they need too long. And that'll just steam them right in there. And I'm just gonna kind of like mash them a little bit. Real easy way to get in a good source of carbohydrates. I find sweet potatoes so satisfying too. Lots of vitamin A in there, potassium, fiber. Just such a good use of carbs. So we're gonna throw my little paper towel of sweet potatoes in the microwave. Moving into veggies, I'm getting my sheet pan of veggies ready. I'm gonna start slicing up my carrots. They had a limited selection of carrots today. And there's literally nothing worse than a soft carrot. Ew. Does that gross y'all out? Come here, my pretty. And your little dog too. Chris is like, what the hell, Mom? They're perfect. I've had to pivot so the dogs could eat. Pulled the steaks out. I'm gonna let them just sit and chill for a while. That is part of perfecting a steak. You gotta just let it sit. You gotta let it sit like 10 to 15 minutes. So while those are chilling, these guys are chilling, sweet potatoes are done, turkey burgers are done. I've got my sheet pan of veggies that's gonna go in the oven here. And then I'm also gonna do a sheet pan of Brussels sprouts. So I was trying to shake, no, that's not food that's supposed to be on my Brussels sprouts. I was trying to shake this, it was getting all stuck. So I gave it a good slap in the ass, just spilled out. So we're just gonna really zhuzh that around. At least it's salt-free, okay? At least it's salt-free. Gonna be nice and seasoned Brussels sprouts. Very tasty, tasty. We used the avocado spray on those guys. Guys, veg is going in the oven. The top pan does have some olive oil on it. These guys do not. I just don't really find that they taste any different when you use olive oil or anything. So those are going in big time. Let's do like 20 mins. Might need to do a little sooner for the Brussels. Steak's gonna keep staking. And I gotta clean up some dishes. All right, friends, while it is significantly darker in here and later in here, I swear this meal prep did not take long. I just had an intermission to complete other tasks. But we finished the meal prep and I'm very excited about this week's eats. The steak actually turned out quite lovely. Just if you like the inside of a steak, look how good that looks. I will report back, like I said, the steak I'm gonna eat cold because I feel like, I don't know if you all have tricks for this, but going to work, my only option is to use a microwave, and I feel like that always makes steak taste nasty. So I'm not gonna do that. But I have my meals prepped up just to show you 1 day's worth. I'm gonna put the rest in the fridge. Some of you would ask me how I store this stuff. I usually don't have enough room in my fridge to Tupperware everything out per day. So I keep things in bulk. I keep the turkey burgers together. I'll keep all the veggies together. I don't really find that those get soggy or gross, but sometimes I will put like a little paper towel in there just to prevent that. But yeah, I'll store everything in the fridge. So for meals I went very easy with breakfast tomorrow. I wanted to do something quick and easy, but still nice and nutritious. So I did a Greek yogurt bowl. In there is a full serving of Fage Greek yogurt, 2%. I have flaxseed in there, whole ground flaxseed meal, a full 2 tablespoons of that to give me some extra fiber, protein, fat, and carbs. I've got the grain-free granola, a full serving of that in there, as well as some raspberries. So that's gonna be my quick and easy breakfast that takes no time at all, no cooking, and that's what I needed for tomorrow. And then for 2 lunches, I always bring 2 lunches to work. We've got one of my turkey burgers here, and in there we also have my roasted veggies and squash. I'm going to bring an avocado with me as well. And then the one I'm most excited for is my steak bowl. We've got steak on a bed of Brussels sprouts and my sweet potato. And what I'll likely do is just add like a little bit of butter on top to the sweet potato so I can heat that up at work. And voila, quick and easy meal prep. We've got the turkey burgers, the steaks, the veggies, we've got the carbs. I've got the rice for when I need it later this week. Easy peasy, just the way I like it. But yeah, this was a really quick and easy meal prep. I encourage you, if you're feeling like overwhelmed or having crazy stressful weeks like we do sometimes, just make it minimal. You don't have to eat the same thing every week. I get some people ask me what my meal plan is. I don't follow a set meal plan. I just try to create somewhat of a meal plan for my work week, for meals that I'm taking to work, because that is for me the most challenging. When I get home at night or on the weekends, it's easy going in terms of being able to cook in my kitchen and have everything at my disposal. It's a work that really is my deal breaker for being on track with my meal prep. So I hope this showed you some simple recipe ideas. I shouldn't even say recipes. There's no recipes, you guys. I just cook things. You saw it, you were here. So I hope that was helpful for you. If it was, be sure you like this video. It's free and it lets YouTube know you like my videos and shares me in the algorithm. Also comment below what your favorites have been for meal prep as of late. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.